Many years ago, my mother, I owe a lot to her. She's the reason I'm standing here with you. My mother decided many years ago that she was going to take matters into her own hands. My mother is pictured here on the screen, standing beside me, and also she's standing on the right on both of those screens. I grew up in a family where I had mom, dad, up until about 5, 6 years of age. When I was a kid, this was the pivotal moment where you and I have learned how to speak, how to do things in the world, how to show up, how to behave in society. Tyler, I'm looking at you. No, I'm just kidding, just kidding. But they say from 0 to 6 years of age is the prime time where we learn a lot of our habits. And sometimes we have to peel back the layers and go back in time to say, I'm not happy with where I'm at right now. I'm going to go plant a new seed. I'm going to pull out that root. I'm going to plant a new seed that will get me to the next step of my evolution. So I had to go back and do some work. I had to do some coaching, some counseling. I had to really work on myself, see myself for who I am. I had to forgive some people. And I look back on this moment when my mom did the best she could with the 4 of us children. I was being raised in a northern reserve called Big River First Nation with my mom, my dad. And I thought life was normal. I thought everything that was in front of us was normal. But to some people, it wasn't so normal. As I got older, I thought, man, that wasn't the healthiest place to be being raised at that time. As time went on, my mother decided that enough was enough. And she decided to make a courageous decision that would impact the life of me and my siblings moving forward. Right at the end of kindergarten, it was a hot summer day, and I remember getting dropped off at the long gravel road all the way back to the main gravel road, and we lived in a little house all the way down this road, washboard style road, dusty, tall trees on each side of the road. You can almost see them touching the clouds. That's what it felt like as a kid. And I remember getting dropped off here, and I was making my way step by step by step by step. As I'm getting into distance, I could see my mom grabbing garbage bags, boxes of our belongings. As a kid, you're clueless. As a kid, you want to feel loved. You want to feel encouraged. You want to feel like your voice is heard. You want to feel safe. And as we become adults, those feelings don't go away. I'm looking here in caps. You created an amazing environment to make people feel like they belong. That's why you're growing. So props to you, eh? That's awesome. In this moment, walking down this road, I remember getting closer to the house. I could see my sister Kendra getting in the back seat, my sister Farah getting in the back seat, my baby sister Marisha getting put in the back seat. Now I'm getting really curious, and I don't know what's happening, so I start picking up my pace. Finally, I get to the truck. We never had a vehicle at this time in our life, so I didn't know who was parked here. I show up and I said, hey, Mom, what are you doing? Where are we going? What's happening? My mom was stressed. She was anxious. She looked at me. She said, son, go inside, pack up your bag. Hurry up, be quick, hurry up. So as a kid, I thought, okay, I'm going to go inside, pack up my stuff. I had my prized possessions, every child's favorite 90s show, the Ninja Turtles. I had my little backpack, put my little toys in there, zipped it up. I went outside. I remember throwing the back of that truck, and I jumped in the back seat. 4 of us children, my mom, and my mom's friend. Off we went to a northern gateway city where a lot of First Nations go to get their medical supplies, their appointments, their supplies for the next month. Many of us take medical taxis because we don't have transportation, especially at this time. So I thought this was a medical taxi. We were going from the reserve all the way to the city to go to an appointment of some sort. Off we went, and on the whole trip there, I remember thinking, I hope we get to go to my favorite store. I hope we get to go to my favorite store. You know, this is every child's favorite store, but every parent's dread. It starts with a W. Walmart. Because sometimes when you're in Walmart, you know, with your child, they have them rate, all this good stuff is about that high, right? And they're like kids who can just grab things. So I thought maybe I'd get a toy or a treat. I was looking forward to it. But I remember we drove past Walmart. We go into this room. There's fluorescent lights at the ceiling. There's a bed on the floor. A bed on the floor. 5 of us crammed into this room. We put all of our garbage bags, boxes, our belongings in here. Suddenly, we call this place home for the next couple nights. A few nights pass. We go to a different room. A different room. A different city. Different city. Suddenly, what turned from days turned to weeks. And after a while, as a kid, you start to wonder, I wonder how my dad's doing. I miss home. I want to go home. We never did go home. Later on in life, I find out that these were women's shelters. These were interval houses for single moms who had no place to go with their children. So we're bounced around these places, and finally, through an act of kindness, love, my grandmother, what we would say in our language, my kukam, she was the one who took us in. One call on the payphone, remember those? Oh man, all the quarters you'd have to use for that. My mom's on the phone with my kukam, and my kukam said, come live with me. So we put all of our belongings away again. We drive all the way to the res. My kukam slept on this hill, a little one-bedroom house. We get to that house that day. My kukam says, put your belongings over here on the back of this couch. This is my kukam on the screen, my grandmother, my nukam. So at this time in our life, my kukam became a guide to me. She became a teacher, a knowledge keeper. She was an elder, a very gifted person back home. And she asked us to go live with her. She had no other room for us, so her living room became our room. We slept on the couch. My mom slept here. The rest of us on the floor. And for the next several months, we called this place home. My kukam's living room.